Hello students of Standard 9, this is Moshmi Madam, and today we will be going through the chapter our environmental problems, and will be dealing with all the threats being faced by the biotic components and organisms present in the sphere. So, with increase in population and as time went, human beings have progressed in the field of science and technology. But with that pace, population has increased, the demand for resources have increased, the developmental activities have increased, and these all somewhere or the other have started affecting our environment. It has caused an imbalance in nature and has resulted in the degradation and deterioration of our three spheres, that is air, land and water. And it not only that much, it has also caused several loss of species of plants and animals, and now some of them are even extinct. So in this chapter we'll deal with the various environmental problems our environment is going through. For example, like population growth, urbanization, industrialization, transportation, mining, war, etc. Now the first one is population growth. So see, in this points we have that the first three requirements of human beings are food, clothing and shelter. Rapid growth of population has resulted in increased demand for food, water and shelter, which is the reason that pressure has been more on the land because we want more production. Population growth has resulted in increase in the demand for food resources, and because of demand for food resources, we need more extension of agricultural land, and the reason for this is we need more food production, we need more amount of food to be produced, the crop productivity has to be increased, and this leads to the conversion of forest and valleys into agricultural land. Now when we convert the forest and valleys into agricultural land, what happens? It results in deforestation, it results in decrease in the forest cover and also loss of flora and fauna present. It also results in change in climatic conditions. Now to increase the crops, again farmer uses a lot of pesticides and chemical fertilizers. Now what will happen if we use chemicals and fertilizers more? It is going to reduce the fertility of the soil and also pollute or contaminate the groundwater. And this is the reason why the rivers and the water bodies and lakes are getting polluted day by day during the rain. Increase in population also causes increase in demand for the water. Now this has led to the reduction of the level of water table. Now again there is demand for shelter, infrastructures, roads, industries, shopping malls, education complexes, etc. Now where will all these places come from? At that point of time we convert the natural green pastures or landscape presence into this all places, and now it gets converted to landmass. If you remember, these all big malls like present in our Balasore, those places where these malls are being standing, like your Reliance Mart or Shop and Save or Big Mart or any other present, before 10 years these were not at all there. It was just a vacant land present, nobody even noticed it. But when the demand for the resources increased, people wanted to modernize themselves and Balasore wanted to be a smart city and big city. That time what happened? We tried to convert these all free lands or these all natural landscapes into this big buildings, and slowly we are converting these all features into a concrete jungle. So this is the reason population growth has become and has caused a lot of problems. We will move on to urbanization. What is urbanization? This is migration of people from rural areas to urban areas in search of jobs or better living conditions, which has resulted in your more concentration of population in the cities. Okay, now this urbanization causes what? It causes a lot of problems. Like for example, it has caused improper sanitation, because no particular place is there for sanitation, no hygiene is concerned in that. The huge demand for resources have started, the demands for job are there. Now people have started living in slum areas and the sprawls have started. These all also has led to the low standard of living, illiteracy and poverty. So in short we can say that urbanization has led to the removal of plants and animals, causing loss of habitat. It has started the demand for the resources and more consumption of energy. Increased pollution has also resulted in more generation of waste is there. It has also resulted in development of slum areas, where poor people go and settle because they can't afford the high living style. It has resulted in the creation of sprawls, that is, the development around or in the outskirts of the city areas, and it has also led to food and water shortage. It has led to your health issues and spreads of diseases and epidemics. It also has started the demand for jobs in the cities and increase in crime rate, because sometimes when the unemployed youth needs money, that time they go for unfair means to get it. So it has also resulted in increase in crime rate. Now increase in unemployment has also led to poverty and illiteracy. So in this way, urbanization has a threat on environment. Moving to industrialization, it's a very common phenomenon. We all know, because of the gases and toxic chemicals, the environment is threatened. Recently, you must have come across the incident happened in your Visakhapatnam. You must have seen videos, pictures where people were hugely affected with the styrene gas released from the industry. So this is just one example. In India, we had so many. One of the most important was Bhopal gas tragedy, if you remember. Like that, we had other also in like Chernobyl disaster, Minamata disease in Japan, and all these things are because of industrialization. And how it affects, it has a lot of effect. First, releasing toxic gases, causing acid rain, removal of forest covers due to construction of big industries. Then it also industrial disasters are one of the points, and it has also led to health issues, causing cancer disease and many more health related or lung related diseases due to its smoke and all. So open industries has a lot of plus points, but at the same time it has led to degradation of soil, forest, water resources. It has converted the forest and agricultural land with wide amount of flora and fauna, leading to loss of biodiversity. The industries have polluted the water bodies like lakes, rivers, seas, etc., causing water pollution. The contaminated toxic chemicals have also caused organ failures, and in human beings it also causes birth disorders. The industries have released a lot of numerous gases which are pollute the air. The excessive release of carbon dioxide causes global warming, causing acid rain. Now it is also responsible for respiratory diseases in humans. So these are the possibilities or the threats given by industrialization, or it is caused by industrialization. Moving to the next point we have is transportation. In transportation, what happens is the environment is threatened with global warming. Transportation generally involves movement of people with respect to your vehicles. So increase in population has resulted in increased demand of resources. At the same time, increased means of transport. You can see the number of local trains or like flights, everything has increased, but then also we don't get seats at the last moment. We have to go for Tatkal and all. That means even if there is a lot of facilities given, the population has increased so much that the increased means of transport are also unable to fulfill the demands. So in that case, what happens? The increase in number of vehicles causes increase in air pollution, basically because of burning of fossil fuels. Now when we burn the fossil fuels, there are gases released like carbon dioxide, monoxides, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. These all are nothing but greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases causes global warming. And when these oxides of sulfur and nitrogen mixes up with atmosphere, it causes acid rain. These gases again mixes up with atmosphere, causing smog formation, that is smoke plus fog. And it results in depletion of fossil fuel. The smoke released from transport causes respiratory diseases like asthma, bronchitis, etc. It also causes reddening and watering of eyes. It may also cause skin allergies. In addition to that, railroads and highways which are constructed for these means of transport also leads to clearing of forest and agricultural land. Then we move on to mining. Mining causes deforestation. That is, mining is usually done to extract the mineral wealth from the underneath of the land. It may be coal or bauxite or iron, manganese, diamond, etc., gold. These all requires a lot of procedures, and in that case we go for large scale clearance of forest, causing deforestation, causing loss of biodiversity. Various processes and involved in extraction of chemicals like mercury, lead, arsenic causes pollution. It also generates overdumps which causes ecological disturbance and also spoils the beauty and aesthetic of that particular place. So these are the effects of mining. Coming to the last two, that is wars and construction of dams. Wars, we all know, have a devastating effect on the environment, and when we prepare war, that time military bases require a large amount of area which are ecologically important. It leads to destruction of flora and fauna. When we go for training exercises, testing of missiles, storage of weapons, that time it also threats the natural ecosystem. And when these missiles are being tested, the nuclear weapons are being tested, it destroys the marine ecology. So loss of life and property are the aftermath of the war. It leads to migration of people known as refugees. At the same time, the worst effect is we can still see the atomic bomb drop at Nagasaki and Hiroshima, how they had a devastating effect. Still now also we have the genetic variation seen in the generations there, causing a loss of life and property. Moving to construction of dams. Dams are highly important for generation of hydroelectricity, but this causes a lot of problem because the reservoirs or the lakes created during a dam inundates a lot of acres of land, which happens to be your habitat of wild animals. It has led to extinction of many species of birds, fishes, and even animals. The rivers constructed on the dams may carry less water, which causes a lot of problem for the people living in the downstream, and also affects the crop productivity. The fishing industry in the downstream also suffers. It affects the navigation also due to decrease in water in the rivers. It also causes problems because most of the agricultural land are submerged in water for building the reservoir, and once if it breaks or any disaster occurs, people have to migrate and resettle in new areas, and even if the compensation is given to them for loss of their livelihood, it is very, very meager. So these were the effects or problems our environment had. The next we have is forest. We know forests are of huge importance. Whenever we think about forest, a green picture comes to our mind with huge number of trees, immense flora and fauna present in that particular sphere. So here we will study what are the importance of forest. In fact, we all know what are the importance of forest. When it comes to importance of forest, the most important point we have is that green forests are the only source of absorbers of carbon dioxide. They are the only one which absorbs carbon dioxide, and the process of photosynthesis, they give us oxygen. So they help us in reducing the amount of carbon dioxide, or they are natural absorbers, and they help in lowering the temperature of our earth. They also regulate the climate, the water cycle, and controls the rainfall of a place. Not only that, it controls flood, it recharges groundwater, it prevents soil erosion, and apart from all these, forest provides us with a lot of products, forest-based products like medicines, timber, fuelwood, fruits, herbal medicines, gum, resin, latex, paper pulp, etc. And last but not the least, we know forests are storehouse of biodiversity. Even many more tribal people still live now in forest areas. So these are the importance of forest. Now what is the reason for the destruction of forest day by day? As we have read previously, the problems due to industrialization, due to demands for resources, due to conversion of forest into agricultural land, due to developmental projects like roads, railways, dams, etc. Forests are being cut. Even construction of your modern technologies involved